Hello and welcome to Pint Time with Backpacker Mike, episode 315. 315. I think I might have put 314 in there. I don't know. Anyway, let me do a tag. No, that's not what I wanted to do. It is not showing the lead comment. Hold on. Pause. Ed, what's up, man? I see you in there. Alright, let's try this now. Why aren't you? I'm really beginning to despise Facebook right now. And doing live shows and everything else with my page. I am definitely going to be transitioning probably to, I'll probably still do Facebook, but I'm probably going to start transitioning more to YouTube here eventually because, I'll explain here in a minute. Alright, we're just going to go with that. Anyway, yeah, so Facebook has been very aggravating for me lately because, for one, it's been suppressing my views for whatever reason. I don't know why. No reason. They send me a message that says, "Oh, your content is on fire, etc., etc." Then they suppress my views. I posted the coffee giveaway on here like Monday last week. I reposted it again on Wednesday, I think it was, or Tuesday, and it got like nothing, no comments, no anything. But yet they sent me a message asking me if I want to boost a post. So it's like, are you suppressing my post because it's a giveaway and then requesting me to boost it, and then you're going to boost a post because I paid to boost it? I don't know. It's just very aggravating lately. Sorry to throw some negative shit in the water, so to speak, but it's just been really aggravating. And then with the whole thing about people not getting notifications, that I'm live anymore unless I send out a plethora of Facebook messages, or like my friend Charles told me that he saw my giveaway for the live show like the day after the live show took place. They sent it to him. So, I don't know what's going on with it, but it is very aggravating. And I'm not exactly sure how to correct that. So I'm still going to continue to do Facebook, but probably at a limited capacity when it comes to live shows, because they're just not pushing the live show, they're not pushing my posts, and it's kind of aggravating. However, I don't want to lose the Facebook either, so what we might see is a shorter version of the live show on Facebook and a longer version maybe on YouTube, or something else. But I'm definitely going to start revamping my YouTube as I get into doing this travel videos and this food reviews and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I wore this shirt today. It's mostly because of, I just don't understand. I don't understand it. It's ridiculous. The Facebook algorithm has, I think, recently changed. It's now powered by Meta AI, and it's atrocious. Everything is wrong. Yeah, I agree. Everything's wrong. And being here at Greg's house, he's got like the fastest internet possible that you can get. And I can go on to any other platform and not have slow connection pop up. But on Facebook, for some reason, I go live and it says slow connection periodically, and I don't understand why. I literally have the fastest internet possible that you can get. So anyway, enough complaining about that. Facebook's just frustrating me, and it frustrated me even more just now because of what it just did. So anyway, but let's get on. Anyway, welcome to Pint Time with Backpacker Mike, episode 315, The Hidden History Around the World. So basically what I'm going to do is we're going to ditch the sort of touristy places, right? And I'm going to talk to you about 10 historical places that many tourists miss around the globe. So what I'll do is I'm going to give you a brief breakdown real quick, and then we're going to get into the beer tastings. I'll show you guys what I have for you guys. But the European underdogs by exploring medieval secrets of Berat, Albania, and the Roman ruins in Italica, Spain. Also, South American wonders like the other Machu Picchu, and I know I'm going to mess this up, but Choqquequirao, Peru, which is a colonial charm of Sucre, Bolivia. Also, Asian enigmas like the ancient stepwells of Bundi, India, and the mysterious plain of jars in Laos, Southeast Asia. Also, we've got the Middle Eastern and African gems, the desert castles of Jordan, and the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, Ethiopia, which some of you who have ever looked into travel or anything like that may have seen those before. So I'm going to break down these spots a little bit more, but first, let's get to some amazing craft ciders that I had to try for you guys today. Super excited to give these ones a try. And as tradition goes, you guys pick which one I try first. So let me show you the 4 that I have to try for you today. I have this Black Lime by Shaftesbury Cider. Black Lime with mint. How about that? Shaftesbury is out of Vergennes, Vermont. I don't think I have ever had a beer from Vermont. Comes in at 5.5% on the Richter scale. The next one I have is one that some of you, especially if you've traveled around the world, may recognize, and this is a Kopparberg premium cider with strawberry and lime. Some of you may have recognized this can. I had this cider in Europe more often than not. This one comes in at 4%. Then the next 2 I have is from Three Daughters Brewing, and they are right here in St. Petersburg, Florida. I've been there before. They really do some amazing stuff. This is Raspberry Lemonade, comes in at 4.5%, Three Daughters Raspberry Lemonade. And then I have their Pineapple Hard Cider right here from Three Daughters over in St. Pete. And that one comes in at 4.5%. So they're both at 4.5%. So you guys pick which one you want me to try first. Record it and post it as a reel. Yeah, I'm gonna start saving it. See, the Facebook Lives used to automatically save for me, but now they don't. And they used to stay, but now they get deleted after 30 days. So I think what I might do is download the live and then post it on YouTube for now, or something like that, or splice it up really, so like maybe 10 or 15 minutes and post it on YouTube or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna figure out other options as well. So maybe I'll try to boost a post, because every time I go to do my live show, it says, "Would you like to boost this live?" Maybe I'll boost the live too. I don't know. So I get the slow connection thing too. Yeah, and I don't understand. I mean, I'm literally on fast internet, so I don't know. The first beer, you mean the first cider? The Blackberry Lime Cider? There we go. Let's crack into this one. Motueka, New Zealand was pretty good. Very similar to a Guinness, but that sounds interesting. I have never had a New Zealand beer. TikTok Live could be a good idea. Yeah, I'm also contemplating on the TikTok Live. It's just that most of the lives that I've seen or I've participated in on TikTok are more of like a chat session. Everybody kind of jumps on or whatever. I'm not sure how I want to make that flow, if it's going to be like this and see how it goes, or maybe change it from there. I really love TikTok. It's just a different type of vibe over there, so I got to figure out what type of vibe that is when it comes to a live show. and how I can use that to interact with. But yeah, definitely TikTok and YouTube are for sure on the hit list as far as expanding Pint Time to, because Facebook is just kind of doing me dirty, unfortunately. All right. Smells like blueberry and lime. I mean, blueberry and lemon usually go well together. I don't think I've ever had blueberry and lime before. All right, let's give it a try. Here we go. Cheers. Yeah, the Copperberg. The Copperberg is really good. It's a little sweet, but it's usually really good. Oh, wow. That's really good, actually. You definitely get the blackberry. You get that kind of tanginess of the lime, but I think the mint kind of settles it out a little bit. You do get some of the mint, too. Tastes like a fresh mint. That's really good. Let's do a hard pour on it, see if it changes anything. It's got a beautiful color there. I don't know that it changes it very much. It stays pretty much about the same. I actually really like this. I like it with the lime and that hint of mint in there. It just kind of does something special with it. I really kind of like this, actually. I'm going to go an 8. First time I've ever had Shacksberry cider, so I'm going to have to find some more of these. That was really good. I'm going to give that one an 8. Muy perfecto. Move some stuff around here so I can fit these in here. All right, since Morgan brought up Koppenberg, we'll do Koppenberg next. Since it's also with strawberry and lime, we have blueberry and lime. Let's try strawberry and lime. Rumble? I ain't going to Rumble, bro. On TikTok, the host decides who comes on. You can reject it. Oh, yeah, I know that. Yep. Yeah, I know that. I've done like one live on TikTok briefly. All right, let's get into this Koppenberg. It was like a 30-minute live before one of my Pint Times on Facebook just to kind of test it out. I do get some strawberry, not much of the lime. It's got a little bit of a funky nose to it. I'm not sure what, but here we go. Cheers. Yeah, definitely sweet. Definitely, unfortunately, tastes like a strawberry extract. More than likely, it just gives off those vibes. It doesn't give off a real fresh vibe like the last one did, the blueberry lime. I feel like they really used some fresh ingredients on that one. I mean, this one's solid. Middleburg, Vermont. Imported in Middleburg, Vermont. Yeah, it's a little funky. It has some of those kind of like, you know, fake flavors to it. Let's do a hard pour on it just to see if it changes anything. Oh, the funk got even more. I would say the hard pour is a little bit better. It kind of brightens up the strawberry so it doesn't taste quite as fake as a concentrate. There's a funkiness in there. I'm not quite sure where it's coming from, and the lime doesn't really hit that hard. So is it good? Yeah. Is it outstanding? Like, well, I want to go out and grab another one? No, probably not. I'm going to give this one a 5. If they used some fresh ingredients that tasted fresh, it would probably be a lot better. So we're going to go with a 5. It's still good. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. All right, and then we'll get into the 3 daughters. They really usually do some really good stuff. So we're going to try these 2 real quick, and then we're going to get back into it. I'm going to give you a detailed breakdown of each one of those places, a little bit of the history, also where to stay, like 1 or 2 places to stay, food, and a tip for the area. 3 Daughters Raspberry Lemonade. Raspberry lemonade. Wow, that does smell like raspberry and fresh lemonade. All right, let's see. That tastes really good. That tastes really good. Let me get a hard pour in before I give you the breakdown of it. I feel like I'm getting the raspberry, maybe a little bit of lemonade on the hard pour. Oh, the hard pour is kind of where it's at. Out of the can, it's pretty sweet, but when you do the hard pour, it kind of brings everything together. I like this one. This was pretty good. I'm actually going to go 7.5. A 7.5 on the hard cider. Strawberry lemonade. All right, we're going to do the last one. What we got? I think YouTube is probably your best to move off Facebook. The algorithm is so much better now, especially with all the features like Community Shorts Remix. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing there, Morgan. I will probably do like a brief live on Facebook, and then I'll just move into YouTube. Oh, stop with the ads. Speaking of YouTube. All right, this is a pineapple hard cider. Definitely get some pineapple on there. Let's see. Not as strong on the pineapple as I was hoping for. Let's do a hard pour. It's kind of giving vibes like if you've ever had like pineapple soda, it's kind of giving vibes of like a flat pineapple soda, pineapple flavor, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Something's just off with the pineapple, and I'm not sure what it is. Filtered apple juice concentrate. Apple juice concentrate. Natural flavors, key lime juice, sulfates. There's nothing that says pineapple on that. It says ingredients: filtered water, apple juice concentrate. Suck. Natural flavors. I guess that's where the pineapple comes in. And key lime juice, sulfates. Key lime juice and sulfates. Or sulfites, however you want to say it. Man, that sucks. You can take apple juice concentrate at home and pour some of it out, add sugar to it, a little bit of yeast, put a bubbler on it, and make your own apple juice, or apple cider, hard apple cider, which is basically what they did. They just took a shortcut, and it definitely tastes that way. I didn't notice that the other one had the same thing. Filtered water, apple juice concentrate, natural flavors, key lime juice. So they use regular key lime juice, and sulfate. So the natural flavors must be the raspberry. That's a bummer there, Three Daughters. You guys used to be really banging with this stuff. But yeah, this kind of tastes like a flat pineapple soda with some apple juice added to it and a little bit of carbonation. That's about it. Not very happy with this one, actually. Yeah, I'm going to give this one a 5. This is just like bare bones cider that you can make at home. But you're going to spend like $14.99 for a 4-pack of it. So, kind of disappointing, I'll be honest. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to give that one a 5 too. All right. On with the breakdown of these hidden historical spots that you can visit around the world. Let's get into the first one, and that is Berat, Albania. Berat, Albania, the city of 1,000 windows. Now here's the history of it. It's a UNESCO heritage site inhabited for over 2,400 years, 2,400 years. Its famous windows belong to the Ottoman era. Houses built into the hillside. The Berat Castle, known as Kala, is unique because people still live inside its ancient walls today, believe it or not. Now the budget. Let's talk about a stay. Hostels in Gorsia or Mangalim quarters go for about 12 to 15 US dollars a night. Food, try the Fergesi, which is basically like peppers and feta cheese, which I love peppers and feta cheese. It is so good. I like grilled feta or or smoked feta. It's so good. At your local tavern, that will just run you about $5 US. So kind of cheap meal there. Here's my tip. The green bus from the main terminal to the city center costs only 30 leek or lek, L-E-K, or about 30 cents in US dollars to get there. So pretty cool. Number 2 on the list is Bundi, India. Bundi, India, the land of the stepwells. Jaipur, basically a lot of the tourists want to go to Jaipur. But Bundi remains a quiet blue city, and it features over 50 bores, basically, which are stepwells. Like Ranishi, Ki, Bayori, which served as both social hubs and water reservoirs with intricate carvings all over them. I'm assuming it's a bit like a Roman bathhouse type situation. The budget here, to stay in a traditional haveli, which is basically like a merchant house or like an Airbnb type situation or something like that. Those will cost you around $10 to $20 US. Food, street side samosas and chai will cost you less than $2 US, and it's a very filling meal. I love the samosas. They're so good. You can find this really good brand, I forget the name of it, frozen in the grocery stores here. It's made fresh by this Indian company I forgot the name of all of a sudden, but I always get them and they never disappoint. They are very good. My tip is Rudyard Kipling. Stayed here. Rudyard Kipling, who is a writer, apparently stayed here while writing his book Kim, believe it or not. Visit the Bundi Palace early in the morning to see the world famous murals without the heat. Definitely don't want the heat there for sure. Cider's kind of disappointing today. All right, now I know I'm going to mess this up. This is Peruvian, and it is called Chuquicirao, Peru. Basically, this is the other Incan citadel. The history here is often called the sister of Machu Picchu. This site is actually larger, but only 30% of this site has been excavated, whereas Machu Picchu is pretty much all excavated. I feel like they found some other spots that they're still excavating now, but this spot is only 30% excavated. And it was the last bastions of the Incan resistance against the Spanish. When the Spanish finally took the Incas down, this was their final stand. To stay, camping on the trail is $5. Independent costs, if you do like a independent hike and trip, costs about $200 for the 4 days. So not bad, $50 a day. So not too bad. Food, you must pack your own supplies from Cusco, and you'll save 30% basically. So it's up to you, whatever you want to pack. I believe also they have mules or alpacas or something like that that are available for rent that will pack your supplies with you for you and all of that stuff. My tip is there's no train or bus, and it's a grueling 2-day hike to get there each way, meaning you'll often have these ruins though entirely to yourself because some people won't do the hike. Anybody who isn't healthy enough to do the hike won't be going. There's no tour buses and there's no trains. Like I believe there's a tour bus system, and there's also a train I believe that you can take to Machu Picchu. And you can also hike to Machu Picchu as well, which is probably what I would do if I was able to do it. But this one, there's no way to get there other than you hiking. So more than likely, you're not going to run into too many tourists when you get there. Now let's talk about Lalibela, Ethiopia. or the New Jerusalem. I almost went to Ethiopia when I was trying to figure out where I wanted to go from Europe, from the EU. And I was looking into Jordan, I was looking into Israel to go to like Jerusalem and Bethlehem and that stuff for historical purposes. Then I thought, well, maybe Ethiopia, because I was eventually trying to get to Morocco. And I heard that Ethiopia was a beautiful country and actually pretty safe. I thought about maybe just flying into the capital city for 2 or 3 days. But in Lalibela, I've seen many documentaries on this area, and so now I think I would be inclined to, this thing is just frozen. I think I would be inclined to probably go visit this area. But basically, the history of this New Jerusalem, the history of it is King Lalibela sought to build a new Jerusalem in the 12th century after Muslims captured the actual Jerusalem. The 11 churches are monolithic, meaning they weren't built from the top down, they were built from the ground down. Basically, they were carved into the solid volcanic rock, which is kind of crazy. Also in that area, they have one of the highest churches, I believe, in the world, which you literally have to take like a rope ladder, rope knot type system to climb up the side of the cliff face to get to the church. And you have to have special permission to get there as well. And supposedly, the Ark of the Covenant is being held in a church in Ethiopia. And here's another mind-blowing thing for you, is that the oldest Christians on earth that are still practicing are in Ethiopia. They were around a couple hundred years after Jesus passed away, or was crucified, or whatever. But they're the oldest sect of Christianity in the world, in Ethiopia. Now the budget, local guest houses will cost you about $15 to $25 US, and food, try the injera, which is sourdough flatbread. Now, I'm into that, but the other thing kind of turned me off because I'm not a big fan of them, but they serve it with lentils, and apparently this is the backpacker staple. I'm not a big lentils fan, so I'm not sure. Don't mind Greg's dog barking. Greg left somewhere. I don't know where he went, but so that will cost you around $4 US. Enhance reduce noise. There we go. All right, maybe that will work. All right, so yeah, not a big fan of lentils. $4 is cheap. I would probably try to find something else, maybe chicken or something to throw into the flat sourdough bread. My tip is the $50 entrance fee for this, for these churches and things. It will cost you $50 US. However, that lasts for 7 days. So not bad. You'll have 7 days to go see. Go at dawn, though, so you can witness all the white robe pilgrims chanting in the tunnels. So if you've ever seen a documentary of that, you will see them. They all go around in a circle. It's very similar to like Islam when they go to Mecca and they do that giant circle thing that goes around the famous stone. It's similar to that, and they go around the church in the little tunnels down there that were carved way back in the 12th century. Kind of crazy. All right, the next one I got for you. Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns, anything? Anybody ever visit any of these sites before? Just curious. I have not visited any of these, believe it or not. Believe it or not. That just reminded me of that show. What was that show? Greatest American Hero. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. All right, so number 5 is Sucre, Bolivia, or the White City. The history here is it's the constitutional capital of Bolivia. And it's where the Declaration of Independence was signed. Now, not the Declaration of Independence for the United States, but for Bolivia. It's where just outside the city at or something like that. Sorry if I'm sure I messed that up. But you can see the world's largest collection of dinosaur footprints. Crazy. There's over 5,000 of the dinosaur footprints there to see, and it is all on a massive limestone wall. It apparently was a huge area where dinosaurs transversed down there in Bolivia. Where to stay? One of the cheapest spots in South America. Dorms are $8 to $12 a night. Pretty awesome. That's very inexpensive. Food, absolutely love this idea. A chorizo sandwich. I love chorizo. If you like chorizo, let me know in the comments below, but I absolutely love chorizo. It is really good. But you can get a chorizo sandwich at the Central Market, and it is apparently legendary in the area, and it is only $2. $2 lunch. My tip for you is visit the San Felipe Neri convent at sunset for the best rooftop views of the city's white architecture. The whole city is painted white, apparently. So, Sucre, Bolivia. Not that far from us here in the United States. But I wonder what flights are for that. I should ask Gemini. How much are flights from Tampa to Sucre, Bolivia? I'm assuming it's Sucre or it's S-U-C-R-E, so Sucre or Sucre, something like that. All right, number 6 on the list is Merv, Turkmenistan, and you will probably never find me visit Turkmenistan. Honestly, it's just one of those countries that makes it very difficult for people to visit sometimes. Especially if you have certain passports. You have to have a visa if you're on a U.S. passport. It's just one of those countries that personally I might try to avoid. But it is actually the Silk Road Ghost. They call it the Silk Road Ghost because the history of it, I'm trying to get past these ads on YouTube. The history of it is in the 12th century, Merv was likely the largest city in the world. It was a major center for Islamic learning before being brutally sacked by the Mongols in 1221. The Mongols, like Genghis Khan, the Mongols, and all his kids and his grandkids and everything else. It seems like they would have been a lot longer ago than 1221, but 1221. So, literally like 800 and 5 years ago. That's kind of crazy to think about. The budget here, the stay here, this is unfortunately the priciest on the list due to the visa and guide requirements. So, expect to pay about $80 to $120 a day for a guided tour, which is mandatory, kind of like North Korea. The food here, the local plov, which is basically rice and meat, which I could eat, that sounds delicious, is cheap and filling. And my tip is you usually visit Merv as part of a transit visa or a guided tour from the city of Mary. So again, this is one of the countries where to record, you have to have permission. You can only take pictures of certain things that the tour guide tells you that you can take pictures of. All of this stuff, I just prefer not to even bother with that. But just in case someone has a passport or something that can get them into Turkmenistan, or if by chance the government there changes at some point, it would probably be a very cool country to go visit. Any questions? Anything so far? All right. Now let's talk about Italica, Spain. It's the birthplace of emperors. Why is it the birthplace of emperors? The history, it was founded in 206 BC. And I've been close to here. However, I did not go here. And now when I go back to Spain to do the Camino, I really, really want to go check it out. But it was founded in 2006 BC for veterans of the Punic Wars. This was the first Roman city in Spain and the birthplace of emperors Trajan, and Hadrian. You know, Hadrian's Wall that's up in the UK. Hadrian was born here in Italica. The stay here, base yourself in a Seville hostel, Seville, Spain, in a hostel there for about $20 a night, and take the 170A bus for about $2 to get there. The food, tapas is nearby. Santi Ponce are much cheaper than in central Seville. If you're not familiar with tapas, it's basically, in that area it's called tapas. In other regions of Spain, it's called pinchos. So make sure you got it right before, going into a certain region in Spain. I had to learn that walking the Camino. When I started the Camino, it was tapas. And halfway through the Camino, it became pinchos. But either way, it's the same thing. And they're basically like small plate hors d'oeuvre meals. Sometimes you get them if you buy a beer. If you buy a beer, you may get a small tapas. It could be a baguette of toasted bread with a quail egg and something else. It could be, fresh marinated anchovies and olive oil. You just have to ask what the choices are. Sometimes they'll sell them in a case for like €1 a piece, which isn't bad. So, but anyway, yeah, the pinchos or the tapas is going to be your cheapest meal while you were there. And my tip is, if you're into Game of Thrones, which I am, the amphitheater that is there served as the dragon pit in the finale. So the dragon pit where Daenerys was there and the dragons came down on top and all that stuff, that was actually filmed there in Italica. And that arena they used was a former Roman arena. So pretty cool. All right, the next one I got for you, number 8, is the Plain of Jars in Laos, or as we say here, Laos. It's basically an Iron Age mystery. Nobody really knows exactly where these jars came from or why they were built, honestly. But the history here, thousands of giant stone jars are scattered across the landscape. You've probably seen pictures of it before. Archaeologists believe that they were used for some sort of ancient burial ritual or something. But the local legends claim they were used for storing rice wine for giants. Rice wine, aka sake. Yeah, that thing's not popping up. Oh well. So yeah, I don't know. I've seen documentaries on it before. I've seen pictures of it before. They are giant. I mean, like 10 feet or something like that. But they're massive. And nobody really knows why they are there. And I really sometimes sit there and contemplate, like, where did these things come from? We probably only know like a quarter of the history of Earth. We don't really know every little bit and every little piece. But nevertheless, it is still very interesting. Now, the budget here, where to stay. Guest houses in the Font Sauvant basically cost about $10 to $15 US. Now, I would look for guest houses, which are basically a little bit like an Airbnb and stuff like that. Sometimes they may include a meal, breakfast, or lunch, or whatever. Food to eat here is sticky rice and grilled meats. I could get on that all the time. I love sticky rice. I love grilled meats. And you can find those at the local market, the local market that they have there, and they run between $3 to $5 for a plate, and you get a ton of sticky rice and grilled meats, more likely like chicken or something like that. Now, my tip here is only sites 1, 2, and 3 are fully cleared of unexploded ordnance, or UXO. Why, you may ask? It's there because of the Vietnam War. So stick to the marked paths. When you go visit this area, they have specifically marked paths. You don't want to go off of those paths because those paths have been cleared of any unexploded ordnances that we dropped or allies dropped on Laos during the Vietnam War. So make sure you stay on the paths. I really wanted to go to Laos too. I met someone in Bangkok, Thailand, who was from Laos. Well, I think her dad was Lao and her mom was Thai. I think it's how it went. But she told me a lot about Laos, and I was like, I really want to go there and visit. And you can go visit for cheap, especially, you could go to Thailand and catch a train to Laos for like just pennies on the dollar. And so I would recommend, if you want, do like Thailand and Laos, and then fly out of Laos or whatever. Or do Laos first, then go to Thailand, fly out of Thailand. Whatever your prices are, whatever's the cheapest. All right, the next one, number 9, is Butrint, Albania. A Mediterranean time capsule. Why is it a time capsule? The history here, legend says it was founded by exiles from Troy. Exiles from Troy. You remember when Troy got in that big battle? They made a movie about it. Troy had Achilles in it and all that stuff. When Troy fell, apparently the exiles from Troy, which was part of Greece at the time, one of the Greek states, they fled to Albania, to Butrint, Albania. Basically, this area in Albania, it has layers of Greek, Roman, Byzantine, and Venetian history. If you're not familiar, Venice used to be its own empire. Basically, it was called the Venetian Empire back in the day. They had an amazing armada of ships that a lot of people didn't want to go up against at the time. So they made their way all the way to Albania. Or to Butrint. Now, where to stay here? Stay in Serenada, or Kissimmee for about $15 to $20. The food here, fresh seafood outside the park entrance, is a splurge. It's a little bit pricey. Very good though, fresh out of the sea. But a birek, which is a savory pastry, is only about $1. Now, the birek sounds very familiar to me, as though I had it when I was in Croatia. And it was kind of like a fleeky kind of dough, and it was stuffed with pizza sauce and, I don't know, some type of pepperoni and salami or something. It was very good. I had it in one of my videos from... I'm pretty sure it was in Croatia. It was either in Croatia or Slovenia. It might have been in Slovenia, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I think it was in Slovenia. But it was my first time having one, and it was very good, for sure. So get one of those for only $1. My tip here is take the local bus from Saranda for about 200 leek. Or $2 US instead of a $40 taxi. Try to stay away from taxis. Oh wow! All of a sudden, all of these comments just came through. I wasn't seeing any comments. I get the slow connection. Maltuka, Zealand. Okay, I got that. TikTok. Thank you too. Oh, all right. I support the giant theory. Mike, what's up, brother? Yeah, right. I'll support the giant theory too. Who knows? Hey, babes, you made it on. And it won't let me, oh, Facebook, I love you so much because you hit me with a slow connection. And I'm on the fastest Wi-Fi available. It doesn't bother me anywhere else. Anyway, yeah, I'm with you, Mike. I'm going with the giant thing, possibly. Or maybe aliens. Why not? I mean, aliens have been coming here for centuries. Apparently. All right, and the last one I got for you is Ani, Turkey, the city of 1,001 churches. As if, you know, a couple churches weren't enough. The history here is it's the medieval capital of Bagratid, Armenian kingdom. At its peak, it rivaled Constantinople, or currently Istanbul. If you're not familiar, Istanbul used to be called Constantinople. It was the only land bridge that connected the Silk Road from the east to the west. It was the largest city, or one of the largest known cities at the time, next to apparently Ani, Turkey, which they're all in the same thing. This town used to be on the Silk Road route as well. But it was fine. Constantinople stood for like over 1,000 years, and it finally fell. All of a sudden I forgot. I think it was Mahmud or something like that, but it finally fell, and eventually it changed to Istanbul. Today, it's a haunting ghost city of crumbling red stone cathedrals on the edge of a deep ravine bordering Armenia. So the budget here is stay in the nearby city of Kars for about $20 US, and the food, try the local Kars goose, which I haven't had goose before. I've had duck, but I've never had goose. Or honey-based sweets for around $6 US. My tip here is there's no public transport to the ruins. Most backpackers split a taxi with others from the hostel that they're staying at. And if you split the taxi, it comes out to about $10 to $15 US round trip. So there you have it. Now, one of the big things when you're visiting these areas is obviously plan it out a little bit. Find the cheapest places to stay. I usually looked at three things. What's the cost? Do they offer a free breakfast? And how close is it to where I want to go and explore? So look at that. Check out the transportation. See if they have any sort of visit cards or anything like that. Like, in Rome, you can buy one card that will get you into like 13 things. It's like 40 or 50 euro or something like that. So when you go to these places, see what they have available when it comes to that. See what the transportation is going to be like. Do they have Uber or anything like that? What's the public bus situation, public transit situation, all of that stuff. So yeah, there you have it. Some hidden gems from around the world that most tourists miss. All right. Anybody got anything they want to add? Remix. I got to get into YouTube tomorrow and mess around with that thing. Maybe I'll bring my laptop home. I'll mess around. I need to get a new laptop, by the way. Anybody have any suggestions? I have the Lenovo Yoga that I got when I traveled in 17, so I've had it almost 10 years now. It's been a good laptop to me. It's still pretty good, although I need to defrag it and clean it and do some stuff to it. But laptops are usually only good for like 5 years or so. So I feel like I need to get a different one. But I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on one either. So if anybody's got any suggestions, let me know. I don't know if Morgan's still on. Pops was telling me that you suggested getting an HP or something for Adam. What is that? So yeah, I don't know. I got to do some soul searching tomorrow on the live shows and where to have them at, but and figure out how to do it all, fit it all in. It's not as easy for me because it used to be right there at Daddy-O's when I was taking care of him. So it would have been easy just to walk into the next room and start something for the most part. But now it's at my friend Greg, so I got to kind of go back and forth. And I don't know that I want to do like all of those lives on the same day. So maybe it might be a Saturday, Sunday type thing. I don't know. I really need to look into it. But anyway, we shall figure it out. Had to bring some combos to snack on. Anybody else like combos? Yeah. I missed my mouth. All right, well, I don't know. The giveaway for the coffee is still up there on Facebook with 0 interactions. So if anybody is interested in trying to win free coffee, you might have a good chance of winning. Because nobody's commented on it. I just got one of the shipments of coffee in that I ordered. I've got more coming for the giveaway. I also have a small influencer over on TikTok that I'm going to send some coffee to and a few other things. To have him try it and do a video for me. So I got to get some out to him. Ed, which I think left already, but Ed and John won the free coffee on last week's live. I don't think Ed's on anymore, but I gotta get him to tell me what kind of coffee he wants. And same with John. Hopefully that's something I have. If not, I gotta order it from my roasters. So anyway, so this week I kind of did hidden history around the world. I think next week I might lean into some hidden history right here in the United States. We actually have a decent amount of hidden history that's kind of been lost over the decades. And we're a fairly young country. I mean, we're just celebrating our 250 years this coming July. Which I'm not sure what day that falls on, actually. But anyway. All right, let me head on over to TikTok and knock these TikToks out. But yeah, if you want to win some coffee, share that link and comment on it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on another episode of Pint Time with Backpacker Mike. I truly appreciate it. I know it's a bit of a quick show. We kind of blew through it here, but hopefully next week we'll have a few more people on to generate some conversation and go from there. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and as always, peace, love, and let's continue to experience this beautiful world together. I'll see you guys next Saturday on Pint Time. No, let me switch that. Almost forgot. Have a wedding I have to go to on Saturday, so the show will again be on a Sunday. So look for Pint Time next Sunday. I'll be posting a thing midweek, let you guys know what the topic is and all that stuff, but I think I'm going to go with hidden history in the United States, but we'll see. And I also am going to do probably on the following episode, I'm probably going to do an episode on the Appalachian Trail here in the United States, like a full episode on it, because I definitely want to walk the Appalachian Trail probably next year. So got to get my ass in shape because you want to start that like in February or March because it's about, I don't know, a couple months to walk the entire thing. So I'll probably do the episode after next week. I'll probably do on the Appalachian Trail and kind of give you an idea of various things for the Appalachian Trail. Started following a couple people who are actually walking the Appalachian Trail, so maybe I'll send them a message and see if I can't get them on real quick. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, thank you guys as always, and I will see you next Sunday. On Pint Time with Backpacker Mike. Peace.